So we are going to do this all together. Girls, listen please now, serious. We are going to go through this all together. We've watched the video and we're now going to get the recipe book up and we're going to do it all together, alright? So the first thing we need to do is keep your mannequin head in the natural position throughout the whole haircut. Keeping the hair wet, using the nose as your guide, take a centre parting from the front, right the way back, the top of the head, just past the crown, putting the middle parting in first makes the top section easier for you to do. Alright? So what comb are you using to do this, ladies? Pigtail? Yeah, good. So you're just putting your middle parting in. Using what as a guide?
Nose. Nose.
Thank you. Are you alright now?
No, it's just this way, don't worry.
Have you got any joy some detangling spray? Are you alright?
No. Patient.
Oh, you should use for that though, definitely.
Yeah.
I have that one at home.
I think she'll only be using it for this one haircut.
Yeah. Then I'll be using it for things.
Can you stop this? So when you're happy that you have your centre parted, with the tail of your comb pressing firmly on the head, make a straight line to under the crown from the right recession first. Use your finger as a guide. As we've spoke about before, you're going to use your finger as a guide to just underneath the crown, and from the recession you are going to guide your comb through to the back. From the right side first. So look where your recession is, put your finger just underneath the crown at the back and guide your comb straight away through to your finger. Do we want a rocky road?
No.
No. I'm glad Ellen and Olamy don't want a rocky road. Do everyone else want a rocky road?
No.
Cool. And then we're going to move on and do exactly the same on the other side. That's a little bit higher, Bridget. If you look, stand back and always have a look. Yeah? Have a look at what you're doing. Have a look what I'm doing. So it's just underneath that crown area. And look at the recipe book for clarification. And then what do we do? So you have to remember when you've got it, when you think you've got it, then what do we remember we do? No, don't diagonal yet. What do we do first?
I'll clip the hair around the sides.
Maybe before that even.
I'll punch the top.
What? No? Remember what I always told you about with comb? What do we use it for?
Oh, the measuring the front.
We are. So measure it just before you start clipping things, just so you know you've got it exact. So what should it be?
1.5.
Yeah. It should be the same either side and then 1.5 through the top. Remember?
Yeah.
Yes, Claire.
Thanks, Diana. So there's no rush, we've got to get this really, really accurate, everybody. No rush. Well, it looks very odd when it's two different colours. Be firm with your sectioning, ladies. And make sure you all check before. And measure with your comb. Once you're happy, then you just clip that underneath here. Just keep it out of your way. And then I'm going to come around and make sure you're measuring, ladies. Sessions just under the crown. Measure with your comb. Needs to be level either side and then 1.5 on the top. When you're happy, then don't pop the top out of the way. You literally just clip the two sides underneath. Yeah? Nice. Have you measured? Yeah. Lean to look at the picture and remember where the recession is, yeah? So it's more sort of here and it needs to come more rounded. So when you look, if you was to look on the top as an aerial view, it would be like a what? Horseshoe. Lovely.
There?
Yeah? Who's calling me? Who keeps telling me?
Someone out there did.
Okay. To save any trouble, I'm locking us in, okay, girls? And any noise. So you've got to put your look at your recession, which will be around here, and also I would say around here is the crown. Okay? So if you're working from this side to here, you need to keep your finger there, and then from the recession, meet your thumb, finger, whatever. Then do the same on the other side. So from the recession, yeah, yeah. So from there to your finger, bring it up, be nice and harsh. So when you look, you need to see that it's a lovely, what do we say? Cool. Good show. Well done, girls, you're doing good. So your recessions are around right here. So you just need to take that little piece off there. Just a tiny bit down. And it should sit just under the crown. So it's kind of tiny dot. Just to here, yeah. So this is sort of there, which is fine, just get it neat. So I know some of you have got some real funny little blocks, so just do the best you can. Excellent. Still not enough. If you look at that on the side, it needs to be about here. Yeah? Alright, have you measured? You have measured? You happy with it? I would say just a tiny little bit lower there. Just tiny, tiny, tiny. One. Just tiny. It's better. The whole head is a bit bigger.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay. So you need to just get it sort of a bit more rounded, like take that. So it's a little bit more rounded. Yeah. So measuring is extremely important. So you're going to put the middle parting back in the top section when you are 100% happy that your horseshoe is even either side. You're going to put your centre parting back in. And you do not want to touch the underneath hair, okay? So that's why you flip it out of the way. Make sure it's nicely combed through.
Cutting anyone.
Yeah, my sister has it. She's the only difference is with her though, I don't do the flip flop at the front. It's the layering throughout, but not the front. She has quite a big fringe.
So some with my curly hair, I could have this sort of.
Definitely, definitely. Especially if it's a little bit longer.
Yeah, a bit longer. Yeah.
It would look lovely on your stand. So you're making sure you're not catching any of that underneath hair in with putting it back into its middle parting. You need to flip this hair all out the way so you don't get confused. Just like this, look.
Claire, is this better?
Oh yeah.
So find the high points, and how do you do that?
The comb.
Yeah, good. Balance the comb onto the top. From the right recession, you section to the high point, which is going from the right recession to your high point. So you might want to take your comb off once you've got the high point, and from the right recession, you're going to okay. You all right with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is everyone okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else okay?
Yes.
Chloe?
Yeah.
Shan?
Yeah.
Dan?
Yep.
Sinead?
Yeah.
Oliver, you are?
Yes, thank you.
Bridget? Okay? Ready?
So I'm doing the second bit now.
Yeah, high point of the head.
And then,
you're going to go from the right recession
yeah.
to the high point. And then obviously if you're left-handed, you go left first. And then you literally just pop it. Get it. Make sure you've got enough clips, is what I said to you at the beginning. Okay? Follow each of the two lines from your triangle fringe section, continuing right to the back of your horseshoe section, creating 3 more sections on the top. So we've just done the right recession to the high point. You're then going to do the same on the other side, and you follow it right the way through to the back. So from here, Chloe, come sing. Then we're going to go to the back. So then you're going to go again from recession to high point to the back, and then the other way around. Watch it there. So follow each of the lines from your triangle fringe, which is here. Continuing right to the back of your horseshoe section and creating 3 more sections. So you must have gone further than the high point, yeah? You think, maybe?
My high point's quite far back.
So you should have 4 sections. So that's it, get your triangle section fringe, and then we're going to work our way back to get the other 3 sections.
That's it. So, I thought it was good, and then this is too big.
Keep these together, just so it makes your life easier when you're looking at it. 1, 2, 3, and then you should have that panel at the back. So they're in 4 sections. That fringe section at the front should be in 1. Like so. And then you should have 3 other sections. You're getting there. Good girls. And if you're looking at it and thinking those sections don't look even, then you haven't gone far enough down just past the crown. Unless you've got a block that's very, very sparse with the hair. I'll have a look once you've got them in, we'll have a look, okay? Look from the top and make sure it looks like that cross. Just pin it out of the way while you're sectioning. Alright? You guys looking right? This side? Yeah, there you go. Okay, so put them into one, it'll make it easy for you to check it. And always stand on your tiptoes, you little ones, and have a look from the top, the aerial view, to make sure it's looking exactly like page 12 on our recipe book.
Clare?
Yeah? Sure. Two seconds, Olivia.
We're en route.
So, we are going to, once you're happy that that was the actual shape that you need to create, which is this one, high point of the head, follow of the two lines from the triangle fringe sections, continuing right to the back of the horseshoe section, creating 3 more sections. So all in all you've got 4 sections. If you're happy, then bump it out of the way, and I need to come and have a look at it, please. So you're going to bump it out of the way once you're happy. Oh, shit. So this needs to be one.
Yeah, but this is rugby, it's not.
Okay, we may have gone past the right bit. So let's have a look at it. It's about here, isn't it? Let's go like that. Okay? So remember, you must get that high point properly, otherwise your sections are going to look really uneven on the top. So make sure you are getting those, the high point of the hair exactly right. And then remember how I want you to bump it out of the way cleanly. Before we take our teeny weeny. Because I want to come and have a look at them before you take that, okay?
Yes.
Yes, Claire.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah? That's lovely, but bump them out of the way nicely, please. That's exactly it, Gabrielle. Well done. When you finish, say, Claire, I've done it.
I've done it.
I'm coming.
Are they supposed to all be around about equal, or is it okay if 2 are equal,
I
2 are
think-
equal?
I think,
I've got this down.
I do think that some of your blocks have got quite sparse hair. So it might be that, like, especially yours, especially Lee's, poor thing. As long as you are looking like so,
Yeah.
horseshoe, recession, 2 high points, get your 3 sections, exactly how we said, I'm happy with that. This is a hair block, it's not a human, and all your blocks are different, so you aren't all going to have exactly that same portion, okay? If I look and I think you've gone way over the high point, then I'll obviously be saying so. But, you know, because that would give you a really bad distribution of window parking. That's fine. That's fine.
It's almost like nostalgic.
Claire.
If you're thinking the sides and back is out a lot, it's because you haven't gone past the crown and you've gone perhaps a little bit rocky round your horseshoe section. So have a look back, stand back, look at this part. If you're thinking that is minuscule compared to this, then it might be that you just need it to come down a bit more. Okay? They're looking very good, ladies. Keep up, focus. Stand back and have a look, please, because you're all saying it looks this, that, and the other, but you're not having a step back and looking. So, leaves the session to the high point is fine.
Yeah.
From here to around about here. So you need to make sure you're coming from there to there, and there to there. And then you'll have your 3 there.
What that is come back here.
No, this is your next piece.
Yeah. That goes from here, like saying this. Yeah, so easy.
Yeah, as long as you've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just in this film, to see if it's smooth, that's all. I mean, to see if it's right.
Yeah. Well, let's see once you've got them all in. How do you do that? Okay, so you've got that, you need to be coming across and then kind of across. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Exactly like it shows in here. So if you're looking like this and it's equal and you're looking back, you're standing back and think, yes, I've gone from the recession, yes, I'm at the high point, yes, I did just under the crown, you should be fine. Please don't ask me to come and look at it if you are nowhere near the high top and you're nowhere near the just under the crown. It should be looking like this, alright?
Yes.
And yours do.
Yeah.
Thank you, Glenn.
Don't come back to my salon.
What about that one, really? Stuff on there? Oh, I've given up starting from there.
Every time she sections it, it goes into a big mat, doesn't it?
Well, you know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Right, let's just get this kind of finish. So going back to the video and the recipe, what part of the scissors are we going to be using?
Shank.
So do we ever close those shanks completely? No. And when we're cutting from the guideline of what we're going to do with our teeny weeny, will it be the further and deeper you go into the haircut in that kind of like a C shape? If you go quite deep, what difference is that going to look like to the overall look? If you went really kind of deep,
Look too round.
look quite rounded, and what would the ends look?
Really long.
And
Would it be like really long and then really like a mullet?
yeah, it would be mullet, very mullety looking. So yeah, well done. So, if you're ready, we're going to move on. So, ready?
No, you need to do the.
So we are going to take, if you can look please, a teeny weeny horizontal section off the tip of each one of those 4 sections. So as you can see, we're taking it, so it looks like a tiny little square. So you're taking a little bit from every single section, that when you look at it, it looks like a little square from the aerial look. Okay? You then have 4 baby triangles, which gives you that square hypoid section. Then section the 4 large sections cleanly out of the way with bumps. So all you've got left is that little square. Okay? Yeah. Keep your bumps nice and tidy and neat. So obviously when you've got your 4 teeny weenies, you should be able to hold it up and it looks exactly like a what? Square. Lovely. Make sure it's not too thick, but we don't want it too thin. So when I'm looking at mine, it's a very nice, even square from that root. You can see a very nice square, even distribution throughout those 4 sections, and that's what you should be aiming for. All right, ladies?
Yes, Claire.
I'm coming round. Good. Okay, everyone? Lovely. Make sure it's sprayed down. Lovely. Just about that much. Okay, so horseshoe, from recession to your horseshoe, get it into your high point, those 4 sections.
That was the one I was.
Okay, well, first of all, just make sure you get a nice, first of all, don't worry, I'll go step by step. Look. Yeah, that's it. All right, Shan?
Yeah.
Right, Shan?
This side was really thin.
So you've got a nice square, teeny-weeny going on. That's excellent. So you can obviously just for a minute just clip this out of your way for a sec, so you know it's not going to get mixed up with anything. So when you clip this out of the way, don't you? Once you're happy that this is measured 1, 1, 1.5. And then you're going to go to the high point, from the recession to the high point. No, you've got to go from your recession to the high point first. Then the same the other side, and then you get recessions. Yeah, spread it out, you might find it a little bit easier. Alright then, ladies, moving on. So we're going to have a first head check. We had our middle parting. We created our horseshoe shape section on the top. We measured with our comb, which was what, Shannon?
1.5.
1.5 what?
Of your cutting comb.
Across everywhere, 1.5? Or where?
1 here and then 1.5 across the
So it should be level inside and then 1.5 across the top of that level. Yeah? Well done. Section the top, isolate the high point, cleanly bump the hair out of the way. So, body position, which will be centre back of your block. You're going to take a horizontal slither section. And what is a slither section? It's half the size of a general section. So it's a very thin slither section. Don't anyone start yet, please. You're going to take a horizontal slither section just under your horseshoe shape. So it will be here, correct?
Yes.
At the back, yes?
Yes.
Yes, good. So you're going to pull, underneath the horseshoe shape. Fingers on the roots. Pull your fingers up through the hair and straight out from the head. Using your guide, your comb as a guide, cut the hair at 3/4 of the length of your comb. Bearing in mind, some of you have got very short combs, so watch what you're doing, okay? So I'm going to go with 3/4 of my comb. This is the shortest you can cut this section, okay? But you can leave it longer. So you do not want to go very, very short. Otherwise the whole haircut will be messed up.
go full, right?
So if you want to go full on those smaller combs, then please do. You can always go longer. So can you come round so you can just see what I mean when I'm talking about a slither section?
I love the two-tone colour.
Yeah, it does look a bit odd, doesn't it? So a slither section is... So body position, we're staying at the back. You're going to take a slither section, which is that amount, which is half the size of a general, normal section, do you think? Yeah?
Yeah.
So under there it says, under your horseshoe shape, fingers on the roots, pull your fingers up through the hair and straight out from the head. So we're bringing it straight out from the head. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I'm going to use my comb and I'm going to go 3/4, just kind of around here. I'm going to go. Alright?
Yeah.
And do I cut it, Sal?
Yeah.
Go to the next slide. Just press that arrow.
Rosette,
Just
see
here.
what eyes.
Don't worry. That's it. So I'm going to cut this first section, I'm putting it straight out from the head. I'm going to go 3/4 of the length of my comb, which is going to be around about there. I'm going to check it again until I get the correct level. I'm quite happy with that length, do you think?
Yeah.
So I'm going to take off. Make sure you're bringing the hair straight out from the head. That's my slither section. Keep hold of it a sec. And you're going to continue cutting all the way round the left side, taking horizontal slither sections just under the horseshoe shape, using your comb as measuring. And don't just use it once and never use it again. Make sure you're following it round to make sure you've got exactly that same level. Okay?
Yeah.
So pull the hair straight out at a 90-degree angle, keeping a guide length of 3/4 of the comb and cut. Make sure you maintain the same length all the way around that horseshoe. So we're going to go from the back, then which way are we going?
Left.
And then are we going back over to the right?
Yeah.
Right, so very slowly guys, don't rush it. Measure your 3/4 as you go. What degree are we holding the hair out at?
90.
Lovely. If anyone's unsure, please come over and have a look what I'm doing. Keep your body positioned proper, walk your way round. Yeah?
Can I have that long?
That long? Yeah. It says you can go longer but no shorter. So that's fine. If you want to try and keep a bit of length, it's fine. Make sure you're holding it at a 90-degree, don't start dropping or holding it any higher. Use your comb please and make sure you're following that guideline. Slither sections. Okay, you need to keep trying because it's quite straightforward.
I need to see
Well, it's exactly what everybody's got on their block, which is the 4.
Okay.
Forget this part at the moment. You're just going with a high point from the recession to the high point, from that high point to there, and then you're going to follow it back, follow it back. Okay? So when you move on to the right side, again, move your feet and body around with you. Standing directly in front of your section will guarantee you not to over-direct the hair. So you're going to do the left and then you're going to move over to the right. But you need to make sure your body positioning is correct. You're following the hair all the way around the head. So the hair is always in front of you, that section. You're holding it out at 90 degrees. You're using your comb, and then you're going to be cutting. Oh gosh. And you're going to follow that all the way around the left, and then all the way around to the right. Once you've done that, tell me, I'm done, Claire. Sarah. Don't over direct, make sure you're bringing it out 90 degrees. Use your comb. Is everyone all right down there?
Yes,
Good, good. Make sure your sections are slither sections. As you go along, don't start getting thicker with those sections, guys. Use your comb to measure. .90 degrees out from root, pull it straight out at 90, measure. Follow it all the way around the head. Make sure your body position is at the side in front of every cut that you're doing. There's a lot of huffing and puffing going on down there. What's up? Who's huffing and puffing? Diane?
No?
Is it you?
Yeah.
Are you not well?
No.
Can you try keeping your huff and puff to yourself? And your germs, thank you, because I've only just got over a cold. Excellent. Okay, keep going. So, I'm just going to keep going over what we're doing so you can understand it and it stays with you. You're taking slither sections from just underneath the horseshoe at the back with your body position at the back. You're taking your slither sections all the way through to the front left, and then you're going to follow it round from there to the right at the front. Holding it out at what angle?
90.
And what are we using as a guide?
Comb.
So horizontal slither sections under the horseshoe shape. Measure with your comb, 3/4 of the comb, but again, it was a minimum of 3/4 of the comb. You can go longer, especially with the girls that have got very long locks still. Lift the hair 90 degrees from the head, but you must never go any shorter than that 3/4 of a comb. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to make a vertical section down the middle back and clip the hair either side neatly out of the way. So a nice middle parting down the back and literally clip the hair out of the way.
Should we leave the section out here then?
Literally we're going to follow it as it goes at each slide. So it says make a vertical section down the middle back and clip the hair either side neatly out of the way. So just moving on from that, concentrate on picking up the slither guide first. So you're going to take the horizontal section from the top down the back, but you do need to either take some either side so it's even, because this is the second part which is picking up the slither guide. Okay? So it's exactly what you're doing there, well done. Make sure you take and clip the hair out of the way. You're going to, this is the middle, yeah? Yeah. So we're going to need a bit of hair though, aren't we? Yeah. So you're going to go to that side, make sure it's nice and level, and get this hair out of the way.
That's what we've got to do now, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not at all. It doesn't matter as long as you're doing exactly the same all the way round and all the way round. Okay? Don't lose it, don't you? Okay, those of you that are following on from this, and again we can always go back. Don't panic if you're not up with us yet. Concentrate on picking up the slither guide first. And if you can't see from there, you need to come over here and have a look. So your slither guide will be here. So I'm going to stand this side so you can see. So it's telling me to concentrate on the slither, which is here. Everybody clearly see that?
Yeah.
So we're picking up on the slither side first with your fingers placed horizontal. You do need to keep this wet, okay? Fingers placed horizontally right up near the horseshoe section, and the hair at the bottom of the nape will be dragged along for the ride. Comb the hair up towards the ceiling. Make sure the hair is wet so your little silver guide sticks to the side of the long hair. And this is where it does get a little bit tricky because you'll find it does drop. Hence why we need to keep it wet. Alright? Next one please. So, using the deep part of your scissors, which is in here, which is the shank, you're going to squeeze gently, resting your thumb delicately on the scissors so you have complete control. So you're literally going to be in control. It's a bit different to when you're just using your thumb and you're cutting as we would. Cut just like you would a piece of cloth, a piece of paper with your shank, never completely closing your scissors as you would when you was cutting conventionally, what we just said. Cut nice and slowly, making sure the thumb is moving so you are cutting and not sliding and just basically pushing the hair. So we need to somehow go from this part. I'm going to take it this way actually, because otherwise I won't be able to do it. So we need to make sure it's nice and wet. And we can see the slither here. So I need to take, if you look there, do you see where, when I spoke to you earlier, can you hold that for me a minute? when I said to you earlier that if you took that really into a C shape deep, can you imagine how different it would look? So try not to go too deep. As you can see from the hair slice we've got here, that's what you're aiming for. Not a C, it's like a nice connection. If you go too deep, you're going to end up with a completely different haircut. Alright? Picture. So keep the hair wet. We're going to hold the hair straight up, and if you can see here, that is my, yeah? So I've got to hope that I keep it wet enough. The shank of my scissors, I'm going to be cutting. What are these scissors on? Look. They're really bad, they was. Do you need mine? Can I just borrow someone's just for now? Thank you. Get mine. So the hair does come along for the ride, but sometimes when your hair's long, what happens? Underneath, long hair, it's shorter, so it'll drop down. So we're keeping it nice. Make sure your fingers are exactly how they should be, straight up to the ceiling. There's my guide here. Yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm going to cut with the shank. I'm not closing. And I'm going to make my way all the way up. Let's all go away and do that one piece. Do not take it to in a C shape. I've got 5 pairs of scissors. That's not good. Let's not go any further than what we've done. The shank, nice, like you're cutting a bit of cloth. Fingers straight up to the ceiling. Find your guideline from your slither section. Hold the hair up, all the hair. Take your shank and slowly cut.
My back is too short. Literally all wrong.
The shank of your scissors, not that part, darling. Right, yeah, that's it. Good girl. Say bye-bye to that hair.
Are you all going?
Yeah.
So just while we're waiting for others, this is what I just spoke about, ladies. You can make the weight on the bottom of the length when the hair falls down as thick or as fine as you like, and this is what we were talking about. Yeah, so if you take it sort of deeper, it's going to have a different look, but it's no right and wrong, it just depends on the density of your client's wishes, and obviously by the angle you take from the slither is to the ends you're holding. So you can take thin, medium or thicker. It's no right and wrong, it's just exactly, like I say, the hair type, the hair texture, the density, that kind of thing. Good, looking good everybody. Is everyone alright? Done it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, if you've got short hair, let it drop. You can't. So you're going to have to concentrate on your slither. Okay? Ladies, are you with me? Yes, yes. So, we're going to start working on one side. Hello.
Are you?
So then you need to
This side.
or right this way.
Like this.
So you go
Yeah, it's this way.
this way.
Yeah.
Okay? So then we're going to take vertical sections parallel to your first vertical section, clipping the previous section completely out of the way. Once we've cut, what do we never do?
Touch it again.
Good. We never go back. Do not use your previous section as a guide. You are using your slither section, and that is it. So you're going to need a clip to make sure as you're going round you actually don't touch any hair that you cut already.
Does it matter which way we go first?
Yes, we're meant to go
Left.
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 And then you've got to see if you do upright, don't you?
So you're using your slither. Concentrate. Don't rush, ladies. I want you to see the actual result and how good it is. So again, if you're struggling, come over and watch me. You're going to take another section. exactly the same.
So we flip the other bit out of the way. don't we?
Yeah, flip it right out the way. You cannot touch that hair again. Okay?
Standing.
Make sure the hair's wet, guys, because it helps do what? What is
Stick
it?
the head out.
Excellent.
Can I continue going or?
Yes, please. When you get to the back of the ear, though, could you definitely stop?
Okay.
Please. So we take all the hair up.
Where are you at?
Stand like this. When you do yours, exactly the same way.
Middle bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's a point in.
You're going to find your
Yeah.
slither section,
Yeah.
which is here.
Yeah.
Take the hair all in your hands, straight up. That's my slither.
Yeah.
So this all has to go up. See it there? Shank. Going to work my way up.
So we clip like that away from another section.
You do not touch that bit again. Put that in that clip. And move on. Don't go further than the back of the ear.
Right, I'll do that first.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do not go any further than the back of the ear if you are carrying on, ladies, please. You're taking nice, clear, vertical sections, not too fat, not too thin. Make sure you're finding your slither. It's wet enough for you to be in control. Don't just guess. It's not a guessing game. Make sure you're keeping the hair out of the way as and when you're moving on, okay?
Yes.
Good.
At the back of the
Okay? Done your centre party down the back?
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to just have a little bit over there. This is out of the way. And then we'll have that third section here. That's the bit you're going to work on. This bit. So you should be able to see your slither. Here.
This one side? On what side?
Take it really
Just do
here. You're not going to have much hair to take off. So you need to make sure you bring it all up.
But you didn't do it all, did you?
But you're going to find a part of the hair that makes sure that it is quite short. I would take my slither a bit shorter.
Yeah, I'll go around with them.
Take it to the right bit. Don't know how to, let me just have a
Yeah, I'll use that.
This amount?
No,
All of it.
yeah, that's all right.
So maybe 3/4 of that.
I'm going to go
Okay. Clear out on. Okay. Cool. 2 secs, because I've just got to wait.
I've got to in
Olive needs to take her slither shorter because her hair is a lot shorter.
Claire,
Yes?
do we do the other side?
No? You're not doing anything yet?
This is my left side.
Can you please support your peer if they're behind or encourage and help them at all before we move on? Please?
Claire, that's like, when you put it right up and down forward,
Yeah.
it's naturally and it's going to fall out.
Yeah, that's fine. But you just need to make sure that your hair that you're holding up to the ceiling,
Yeah.
fingers straight across,
Yeah.
that you're seeing your guide.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little bit of hair will fall.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Right.
Thickness.
Just make sure you're using your slither and you're not kind of guessing that. Not yet. You're going to help your peers if you need to, please.
When you go from the root, or kind of after, then you need to go out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you go home again, bring your fingers in and come down about here. That's you putting it all out there.
Make sure your hair's stabbed down, ready for going with the next part. It is really hot in here, girlies. You're doing well, girls, because it is so hot in here.
Yeah, please, I would obviously love to have your hair. That is so nice. It actually feels like you've got hair. So good. You see how thick yours feels when it's out? Yeah.
So we're not going any further than where? Right.
I might just go brown. I can switch. I want extensions, but I can never find extensions. So that's why I have to say so much. So it's like one day, like, it's going to be like pure red, and then one it's going to be like, see, I was like ginger. You see it, it's really orange. It's where I was reaching. I wish I stayed blonde. Very bright brown.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next section, which is going to be where, do you think?
Behind the ear this bit.
Okay, so listen up everybody. With your body position in the right side of the section of the hair, you're squeezing, vice versa for left-handers. Squeeze cut from the slither guide to your furthest and longest length, which is what we've been doing. Being cautious that you do not take any hair off the furthest, sorry, off the, furthest length. Continue working forwards to the back of the left ear using the medium squeeze underneath, which is what we've all done. So the next part is on the right back. Take your vertical sections parallel to your first vertical section, clipping out the previous hair sections that you do. Do not use a previous section guide. We get the hair out of the way, exactly what we've done on the left side, we're now going to be doing on the right side. Okay, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, let's go. Gabrielle, we're doing exactly the same on the other side. Now to the back of the ear. Yeah? And clip the hair out the way as you go. not just guessing where that sliver is. Keep the hair wet. Do not cut thoroughly with your scissors, you're using the shank. Flip the hair out of the way. Get your next vertical section, but do not go anywhere further than the back of the ear. And then you wait or you help your peer. Just for the next section, Gabrielle. Make sure your body position is properly where it should be.
They should be at the front.
I'm not at the front. I'm just doing it for the video purpose. So. So you've worked all the way around. Body position to the right side of the section that you're cutting. The reason why I'm doing that is because I'm videoing it. So just go with what we're saying, okay? So I said the reason why I was standing that way is because I'm videoing. So it's a little, I'm having to show the camera what I'm doing as well. So continue working forwards to the back of the right ear using the medium squeeze underneath, which is what we've done. Another head check, vertical sections parallel to the middle sections. Do not use previous sections as a guide. Start at the guide, which is 3/4 of the comb. You could have gone longer if you wished, but he suggested do not go any shorter. Clip the hair that you have cut and have not cut neatly out the way. So you should always have the hair you've cut out the way, the hair you're going to cut that way. So here we go at the sides, and if you remember from the video, you take a diagonal section the size of a thick normal cutting section, out from the front and clip it out of the way, which is this part here. Remember?
Yeah.
So it's a diagonal size of a thick cutting section out from the front and clip out of the way. Make vertical sections through to the front. So we're going to do that, but I just want you to get that vertical diagonal out the way for a minute. On the right side, is it? No, it's diagonal.
Should you do that just on one side or both sides?
Three.
Hang on, Lisa. Hang on a minute. So it takes the sections before. Okay, let's get this out of the way first. That hair, a thick section, diagonal section from the front. Let's get that out of the way. And then you should be left with like the back section, that front diagonal section and two in between. Is that correct?
Yes.
From there? So it's like diagonal. Just slightly, yeah. I would say more like that. So a diagonal section, the size of a thick cutting section, out from the front and clip it out of the way. So if you only need help, come and have a look at mine.
Is that too thick?
If you want any looking, look at mine.
Looking.
And what bit do you clip?
The front bit.
Yeah, so you must cut it in. So then you should have vertical sections through the front.
Yes.
Do it all that way. Yeah.
Would that be enough?
Yeah.
No, the other way.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay, so we're going to start. What's the matter, Shan? Sorry. I was looking at the thing. No, sorry, that's my fault.
Because otherwise it would be thick, hasn't it?
If you have, it doesn't matter. Okay, so if you look at the, can you look at the recipe, please? Could everybody stop interfering with everybody else and just concentrate on what you're doing? Look at the recipe book, and if you need any assistance, you come and have a look. Okay?
Yes.
Because this is where we've only got another 45 minutes, and I want to get it finished. So we've taken that diagonal section from the front. So you should have a piece that is behind the ear out of your way, and that diagonal section out of the way. We are then, with the body position to the right side of the section of the hair, you're squeezing and vice versa. You're going to, if you want to come here and have a look, we're going to be doing the sections the same. I need to turn it around, sorry very much. Just so I can show you. You're going to be taking vertical sections. So if you look at that, where you've taken this part, this first one should come to here. Just to that point there. Yeah? So then you've got that bit there, this bit here. So you're going to have your slither. Can you just move that? Just Chloe, come round here. Chloe, come round here. Sorry, darling. So I'm actually going to have to come this. Where am I going? This way. So we're going to come straight up again. As you can see, we're bringing everything up to the top. Fingers are horizontal, vertical, should I say? Okay, it is now.
Horizontal.
Okay. Yes, that's the way. Keep it wet, otherwise you're not going to... You bring the hair straight up again. You can see my slither section, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So could I do with that being a bit wetter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I could.
So cute.
So cute. Straight up. My slither section's stuck, which is great. Now it's gone again because my hair's quite slimy. I can see my guide. I'm going to shank same way, keeping my fingers how they should be. Take your time, and you're going to work exactly the same way. Keep that out of the way and move on to the next, probably 1 or 2 pieces. Right?
Yes, Claire.
Thanks, Dan.
Yes.
Remember, there is not as much hair on the sides. You must be cautious. This is because at the sides there is not as much hair. So take your time.
Claire,
Yeah.
on my side, do you remember it messed up a little bit with that?
Yeah, just do what you can, Chloe. That's fine. I know that. I know it's not you. Watch what you're doing at the sides. There's not as much hair, as I just keep repeating myself. Watch what you're doing at the sides because there's nowhere near as much hair. Take your time. And then obviously, when you've done that side, what can you do?
Go to the other side.
Yes, please. You can flip out of the way. Make sure you take that diagonal section out of the way on the other side and do exactly the same. I love it when you lot are quiet because I know you're concentrating. Remember to clip the hair out the way. You do not want to cut the same bit of hair twice.
Is there a broom in here?
Don't worry about that, we'll do it in a minute. Let's just get these 2 bits then. Dorsal over. So what difference, Shan, is it from the back to the sides? Any difference? What's the difference between the back and the sides?
Less
don't know?
What do you mean different? What way you cut it?
No, what's the difference between, the girls are shouting it out, between when you're cutting the back to when you're cutting the sides? Is there as much hair at the sides? No, so that's what I'm asking you. The difference is there's not as much hair at the sides, okay? Are we all going again now? Are we done?
Yeah.
So there is another head check. So we've taken diagonal sections from the front, vertical sections parallel to behind the ear. Do not use previous sections as a guide, as we know. Start the guide, always squeeze it so it's nice and damp. You can see that kind of guideline from the slither section. So we are now on the top, which is not loads, but again I don't want you to be rushing it. We've still got half an hour. I'd rather us get a good cut and forget the finish. We can do that on Tuesday, okay? So standing your comb on the base of your high point of the head, which is here. Fingers on the roots, pull your fingers up to the high point, head to 3/4 degree of the comb, which is what we did, isn't it? Yeah.
Can we cut this little triangle bit at the front?
No. That's all to do with the flip-flop when you do the front.
Sorry,
We're doing the square now, aren't we?
Yeah. So let's just look at the square. We're going to use, as you can see, exactly the same way from the roots. Pull your fingers up to the high point, 3/4 of the length of the comb. Okay? That's what we're doing.
Yes, we cut the distance we done as.
Yep, is what we're doing with this section here, our square.
Okay.
So stand your comb at the base of the high point, fingers on the roots, pull the fingers up like we did throughout the haircut, and then obviously you're going to go 3/4 exactly the same as what you did with the slither. Okay?
Mine's longer than mine.
Say that again, babe?
Mine's like the same length as the layers already, so like when you put it at the top, it's like already on everyone.
No, you meant to do the box and cut in the new.
I've already done this one.
That's why you need to wait, please. So we're cutting just 3/4 of the comb that you've been cutting throughout. You're not doing anything else. So you've cut this the length that you desire that's going to go through the top. How many parts of the hair cut is there at the top?
8.
8. Well done, Olivia. So, listen, stop questioning me, just please listen. As you rotate around the hair, the 4 squares, yeah?
Yes, there.
You need to split each of the 4 sections on the top into 2. So we have our first section, for example here, that needs to be split in 2. So let's go away and do that first. So we're going to start with this right back section here, where we just looked at.
The back one.
Wherever it is here. So it's the side from the triangle at the front.
That's on the left.
On the left. That's what I said.
The left said right.
Back. You said back right.
Yeah, you said back right.
Or wherever I said.
Oh,
It's
she's
this one. Okay?
So we're going back left. That is the back right.
I'm going with back right, but they're going with back left because they're positioned that way. I'm going with the way I'm going, which is this way. So you split that into 2
Yeah.
and get it out of your way. Make sure it's sprayed. Yeah. length when the hair falls down as thick or as fine as you wish, as we know by the angle in which you take from the slither out until the ends. So from your body position to the right side of the section of the hair, you're squeezing, squeeze cut subsection 1, because we've sectioned them into 2.
Yeah.
So you're going to go with the first section, which is subsection 1, from the slither guide to the furthest, longest length. Okay? If you don't get it, come and see me.
We'll take a piece of that hair, which is a little bit swollen.
I'm going to go this way, okay? So, don't stand that close, sweetie. So this is the subsection,
Yeah.
straight up again. Again, you've got to watch it when you're like this. And you're going to take, again, the same way. Alright? And then go to your second section.
Right, okay.
So one section has been brought into 2.
So body position's got to go around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're on the right, yeah, right,
Yeah.
yeah. Bear in mind, I'm doing a lot of this because I'm in the video. I'll have to do a block around. Okay?
How can you pick the slither size?
From the
Do we
comb.
put all of this?
Oh.
Yeah, I did.
So you want to go to the centre one?
So from your slither guide, going again, straight up is what we've taken. Okay? Don't forget, do not take your sides in with it, because you're only taking the section of the horseshoe, yeah? Don't start bringing all the sides in. Getting worried then, everyone's going to take all the sides off as well.
What bit must stay? I don't have
It cost me £80 to get home to get the back window. Still all of it is still not.
So obviously you're going to do subdivide those sections all the way. Once you've done that first section, you're going to then do the same on that back section, Olivia. Afterwards, yeah? The back one after.
I'm already on that one.
On the back. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just so you know.
Okay.
Make sure you're going into 2 with the back section.
Yeah.
You okay, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, good. Cool. So once you work your way round, make sure you're subdividing these sections. And then the other one. Do not take any of the underneath hair up with you. You're just doing the horseshoe, top sections. once you've cut it, do not go back and cut it again.
Yeah.
So these are you've subdivided, you've done 1, you've done 2, you've done 3, you're now going on to the 4th, which is the last one of that back section. Make sure you've got your slither. Straight up, squeeze the hair so you can see. Use the shank. So I've done 2 sections now.
Me too.
The front, side and the back. What one do you reckon's next, Olivia?
Huh?
What one do you think's next?
Right.
The side? The other side?
Oh, you're on the
So it's the other side. This one here is your 3rd section. You're going to subdivide, not the front. Good. You've already done it, that's fine. As long as you're working in the right order.
cheese.
Remember, do not cut any of the hair you've cut already.
Do you cut the front one in the same style?
Well, we're not up to that bit yet. So we just have to hang on a sec. So we should have just the front.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, Claire.
Yes, Claire. So again, we split and make that subsection 7 and 8, clip both the hair you have cut and have not cut neatly out of the way, which I hope you're doing. And before you go, let's make sure it is that angle. So you can see that 7th and 8th always section in the centre. The guide is always a slither high point. Squeeze exactly the same way. You're holding it from the side up to the ceiling. Yeah?
Yes, Claire.
Yes.
Yes, Claire.
Yes. Cute, cute. So you're going to need to hold it this way. Working from the slither to the length, okay? Why did one don't start flying?
Because there's so much hair.
And that final top section, again, stand at the sides, make sure you've got enough water.
We put all of that in one.
Yeah, as you know, you subdivide it.
Split in two. Split it.
You've subdivided it, yeah?
I'll divide it for the middle part in. Then do I subdivide it here as well?
No, you go that way, like this.
Yeah, like the part.
Yeah. So make sure you're holding it straight up to the ceiling. Squeeze, get that hair straight up to the ceiling, Shan, not out at an angle. And that is it.
Let's hold by something.
So you would cut 8 sections. So stand comb on the middle of the high point, which is where we went at the middle to get the length. You split the sections into subsections as you go with the squeeze to make sure you can see that guideline. Start the guideline 3/4 of the length of the comb, and obviously clip the hair out of the way as you're cutting. We're coming on to the final piece now, which we do have to get in. So you need to find the natural part of the hair once you've cut everything. Get your clips all out and find the natural part.
So, sorry, I haven't cut this bit.
Okay?
Cut that
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, subdivide
Oh,
it.
okay,
Yeah,
cool.
subdivide. Do exactly the same, stand at the side, use your middle part, straight up. So you,
Cut this one.
no, we didn't.
No,
No.
Okay.
Did you?
No, I'm just making sure.
Definitely not. No, you're going to get your nice natural part in now, guys.
Yay, flip for time.
Slightly to the side. Well, that's if your block is naturally sitting at the side. I'm going with the side slightly. Because you need to get your flip-flop thing in now. You should not have cut the underneath at the sides. You should have just been following what I was saying and the recipe, because if you've cut those sides, you won't have enough for your flip-flop. Is everyone okay?
Yes.
Good. You're nearly there now, so let's just keep going.
Come on, girl, let's do it.
Come on, girls, we can do it, as Dan just said.
No.
We definitely can, and we're definitely styling this on Tuesday. I actually can't talk very much.
Cup of tea.
Okay, so do not rush this, guys, please. This is all to do with your body position, as you can clearly see. We're going to be working on the heavier side of the hair. Everybody?
Yes, Claire.
Yes? Cool. So again, we need to, I think we isolate the back of the hair off, if I remember rightly. Let's just check. No, well he does in the video.
But he does it behind the ears.
Yes. So let's isolate this back out of the way, from the back of the ears.
Yeah, just slightly behind the ears.
Don't cut anything yet, please.
This when we bring the sides in as well, then the sides that are clipped.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't do it.
Everything needs to look like this at the moment, okay?
Yeah.
Where we're going?
We're going to work on the heavy side of the parting first. Can you all come round to me, guys, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you. So using your nose as a guide, we're going to cut the long, I mean this is where I kind of struggled with this. However, the best thing to do is move to the side. So if you're little, you need to kind of move to the side, as it is quite hard. Okay, so we're using the nose as a guide. Cut to the longest opposite piece of the hair, exactly like the squeeze. So we're just doing exactly the same from there, and we're going to be cutting with just the shank again all the way to the end. So we're only concentrating on this part because I'm taking this part clean out of my way. Okay? Make sure it's wet, if you remember rightly. Especially down these ends, because you kind of have to filter them out. So, what part am I going to use? And what part am I using as a guide? Yeah. So I find this a bit hard because I'm so small. And I actually need to bring the damn thing down. Maybe if I put it here.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Dad, can you see if that's still in the video for me? Please.
Just slightly, hang on. That's it.
I'm actually going to move here, girls, sorry. Because then I can do it. So I'm using the nose as a guide. I'm actually high enough now that I can actually do what I need to do, which is great. So, if you look on the video, he takes all of the hair in one hand.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure. Eh?
You have to do that, but it's not really that thick. It's not really thick hair.
That's why he always has.
Not fair, he's got
Got big hands.
True. So it's all about the positioning and also getting all of this how you want it, okay? So we are, what way is his fingers positioned?
Pointing downwards.
Okay.
Between the nose down.
Okay? So you must make sure you're getting this nice and how you want it to be.
Yeah.
Dan, I can't see because I've got a mirror. Is that kind of square? If I start from here,
just a little bit more up that way.
so over here,
That's
there,
it,
yeah?
That's it.
So I'm going to use the nose as a guide. I'm now getting this into position.
Perfect.
And I will use the shank, and it's really hard. And you do have to keep going. Again, I'm going to have to stop because it's not how I want it. Can't even get in there.
Not a smaller carrot.
I'm going to have to take less hair, to be honest. I think. So, I'm going for it. Using the shank. And I'm going to have to go at an angle to get to that longest part. See?
Mm.
How does that look?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, that is that side. So if you all go away and do that side, you might have to, if you're little, you might have to really come to the side. It is quite difficult.
I know.
It really is difficult.
Yeah, mine's really hard.
So people roll, by the way, it's really slippery.
Mind the floors, and do not put that section back in because we need to do it on the other side. So we need to chop chop. I know it's difficult and it is difficult. Move over to the side slightly.
Then section behind the ears and section about the bottom. there.
So you need to maybe move it with your fingers a little bit.
Yeah.
Make sure you flatten it out with your fingers. And you're going to be needing to come from there. Use your fingers here.
Yeah.
Keep that.
No.
Yeah. You go from here to there.
Is that?
What this side?
What
What here is going down?
How to do this?
Why don't you go to
I'm
the
doing the
side?
flippy side.
So come round to the
Just fell that way.
and then just
No,
make
so
sure
it
it's
needs to
pointing
go
down,
this
look in
way.
the mirror and make sure it's
Oh, that looks okay.
square.
I'm not really good.
I'll change that side.
So you're doing the other side down.
How do you do it?
Otherwise, if you just said it all the same, it's going to be all the same.
Okay?
It's basically just like
Yes? No?
Like your
Difficult, isn't
yeah,
it?
I'm not
Why are you all at the front doing it? You're supposed to be at the back.
I'm at the back.
You're not at the back. Ah. Okay, we're moving on because we've only got 10 minutes.
Why is everybody doing set back?
Girls, come over. So we're going to work on the other side now. So your body now moves more to the front, but still at the same side. Tell me what it says, Dad, someone. You have to take a piece of section from what you've cut.
Yeah, it might. Yeah.
Oh, yours is
Bring it up.
flip flop.
Put up.
Oh, flipping the flop. Okay. Why is that like that? Sure.
Okay, listen. So we've got a piece of hair from this side over here.
Go for you.
So your body has to basically this way, and you turn this way. Okay? So you then again, there's your guideline, and you have to again use your shank. You're going to keep it to the length.
Flip flop time. Please flip flop time. Flip flop time.
Alright?
Yes.
Go then, go and do it.
Yay!
And left hand with the party in the middle.
Listen, we've got 10 minutes to get the cut back at the back done and everything.
Okay, is it like not? Do you put it all like this?
It's fine, as long as we've got the move.
And then remember you can take a little
So again, hold on, just carry on doing what I've asked you to do. Nobody's going to get this perfect first time doing it. It takes a little bit of practice. And again, if you remember at the back, if we was to take any length off, do you remember what we're going to do?
how to do this? I don't know how to do it. No. Which way do you want me colour?
You have to go under.
Right.
No, the other way.
I don't know. I just got to flip
So watch. You're going flipping now, yeah? Right, stand on this side.
Hold it like that.
So you know you normally kind of go like, you're going to go this way. You've got a bit of hair in there.
Sorry, fidget.
So you're going to flip.
You're not swearing from me, mate.
So you've got all that as your guideline. Yeah? Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. So it's literally like so. You've got a bit of hair from this side.
Yeah.
On this side. You're going to this way. You flip. And a bit.
got to be really tight.
Yeah, is
Hang on.
in your guideline.
Like that.
You stand about. You need to stand up the side. You need to stand
I
on
need to stand up.
that side.
This
And then-
that.
And then you've got a piece of hair
Yeah.
from the other side.
Yeah.
So then it will be
God have mercy.
like that.
And then it was
Like
like
here.
that. Like that.
Flip. Turn your body round.
Like that, maybe.
And that's your guideline. So you want to go down
Like
there.
put that on the top like that.
Okay.
Is that right?
Like that.
Okay, I've literally just got to take the ends off. If you remember,
Is that right?
Like that.
Like that. Well, it's a bit twisty.
watch once more. Watch once more.
Let me follow
I
you.
watched you do it with the comb and then
So you must have a bit of hair from that side over here, yeah? So your guideline. Where's your guideline? Well, maybe you need a bit more than that. Okay, ready, Chloe? Watch, watch, watch. So you need to have some space this way. Turn all the way round. Keep it flat. There you go. Oh, good job. So I'm literally just taking off the ends as you can, if you wish. What's up? What's up? I'm just taking off the ends. Did you take off your ends? Take off your ends.
Yeah. Right, so maybe stay with me.
That's it, yeah.
Have we all cracked the flip-flop?
Yes.
Sure.
That's my room.
I mean,
Not for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, you can win away. Oh, right, yeah.
really.
So I've literally just taken off the ends as I want to take a little bit at the length of, making sure it's at eye level. And that's it. So I've taken the ends off. We're not going to have time to dry it through. I have taken the ends off, literally over there. We're going to clear up now. Hold on. that.